Greetings and salutations of peace. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself. At this time we call the Holy Master Blaster Jabbin. I am your brother the Rastafari, Itol, Ayman I. Yes, I. Surah 53, Holy Quran, Al-Najma, the star. 53 years since 1960, since the UWI, University of West Indies, Rastafari report, written by M.G. Smith, Rex Nettleford, and Roy Augur. Barbara Makeda Blake Hannah read the report and found it shocking, which is not shocking that anyone concerned about the movement find the report shocking. I have did a few discourses on the report in retrospect and have written of it, and throughout the years I have been maybe the biggest critic of Barbara Makeda Blake Hannah, who now finds the report shocking. And she states on her blog, after all these years, she just read the report. What sparks her out to speak is a conference recently, or seminar, held at the University of West Indies and in London by Professor Robert Hill on the 1960 UWI, University of West Indies, Rastafari report, written by M.G. Smith, Rex Nettleford, and Roy Augur. She now questions the reason and the reality of the conference. She states that she has just realized Rastafari has been cheated, tricked, frustrated, hoodwink, run amok, so to speak, and ultimately downgraded from its founding principles, turned instead into objects of scrutiny, as unjustly imprisoned and scorned as any caged zoo animal, says Sister Makeda Blake Hannah. This is what I've been saying for over 30 years now. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself. At this time we call it the Holy Master Blaster Jabbin. I've always said, how and why does academia dictates the thought of Rastafari, etc., dictates how it should go, how it is. See? Not only has the University of West Indies and their chosen few chose the world view of Rastafari, it also has the elites of the recording, the elites of the recording industry of reggae music. And oftentimes the musicians have allowed and helped this to be so. Many of you might be aware, in the early days of the internet, in cyberspace, I implemented the Rastafari Jihad to rid the movements of the white cultural bandits, and it was the elitists such as Makeda Blake who closed their ears to what I had to say. And there were cultural bandits such as Ras Adam, which Makeda thought it was okay for us to have a Ras Adam in the Rastafari movement, a Sister Mary Dread. I'm not saying anything about Sister Mary Dread. I've realized over the years that what I'm saying is that it was a black and strong coffee. Sugar and cream made the coffee weak. But there's a white brother, so to speak, lives in the Carolinas. I was up there one year at the Leaf Festival, and I've always, talked about him, and we have corresponded back and forth throughout cyberspace. He married an African sister, very beautiful sister. So I was there listening to Richie Havens back in 2006 at the Leaf Festival there in the Carolinas. And this brother held me up. I tall. I said, yes, I. And I went over to speak to the brother, and I found he was a very cool brother, very beautiful African wife. And as we reasoned, I realized there were some white people that meant no harm. They were really into Rastafari. And what I really found out is that especially the Russian musicians, the Russian reggae musicians, they are channelers. They're channeling the vibration. They are oracles of the movement. So they're not saying that the Russian musicians specifically, are not saying that they are Rastafari. They are just channeling the vibration. So that's cool. But when you want to change the foundation, Rastafari is a black revolutionary movement. But we're going to let that ride currently. We're going to get back to Sister Hannah. So, what is the purpose of writing a paper about what happened 53 years ago and dragging the now dead men through the mud? Why not do something, Sister Hannah, about the state of the Rastafari currently, which is mainly due to the rampant fundamentalism? The esoteric side of Rastafari is not overstood in the vernacular of the Rastafari. See? I've been teaching for over 30 years the answer to this seemingly problem which Sister Hannah Makeda brings out in her blog. So she looks back and she says, okay, what the study brought out to the University of West Indies, they're not acting on it. They stated in the study that the government of Jamaica should finance the repatriation. Ray, blah, 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 blah. All that was written in the report, in essence, has not been brought to fruition. But I told Ayman I says, why beg the Queen, Rastafari, to repatriate you? The message has always been in the music. You're now in tune on the one, the force itself. At this time we call the Holy Master Blaster jamming. I reveal to you here in my work, truth of the matter. Matter in the beginning was the Word. We were believers in the Word. The musicians were not oft times one with the Word. They sang, but for us, it was not mere entertainment. We heard the Word of the gods through the message of the music, of the players of instrument, and it moved us. We got up and traveled and met with others, our brothers and sisters who heard this Word. Our gates, places of dwellings, were open to all idling upon the trod in those days. We were breakers of bread. Our trod was holy. Who among you remember those days? A new breed of people were born In our travels, we held each other in passing, unlike today upon the highway, the airports, the bus stations, the train stations. We would meet and greet with the blessings of King Jah Rastafari, Haile Selassie I, hail him I. This was before the advent of rap music. Then they killed our prophet, and the world reeled and rocked as a drunken man. Many in those days went to Jamaica to visit the foundation of the vibration that we were feeling. As the prophet sang, I don't want to wait in vain for your love. The spirit was real, but many of the major musicians were only entertainers. My work is the essence of that vibration. In the beginning, it's the message of the music. The Holy Book of Wonder is the answer to the message in the music. As the prophet has said already, we've got to fulfill Jah book. You're now in tune on the one, the force itself. At this time, I am the Rastafari, I'm I. We call it the Holy Master Blaster. Jamming is the key to our current condition. Sound vibration create the universe. Sound vibration, kun fakun. In Arabic, Jah Allah said, be, and it is. Again, you are now in tune. On the one, the force itself. At this time, we call the Holy Master Blaster jamming. Woodstock 69, 44 years ago, was the precursor, was John the Baptist crying in the wilderness of the Messiah which would come, called the Holy Master Blaster jamming. The blind seer Stevie Wonder said, when you're moving in the positive, your destination is the brightest star. I am the Rastafari, your brother, I'm an I, yes, I. So, what are we to do? We cry about this, we cry about that. If you are really real, as Marcus Garvey said, where is our men, our sistren of big affairs? Where are they? If there is anyone in the sound of my voice who understand what I am saying, it is time that we make that sound vibration. We will stop the traffic, yes I. Raise the money, yes I. Be not afraid. This is a revolution. Peaceful revolution, the prophet said, we free our people with music, yes I. No more killing. Why should we have to beg Babylon, go to work every day? We have learnt, not like Moses, who did not make it into the promised land. His brother Aaron was symbol of more experience, more time. We have had more experience since the 1930s. More time. We understand now. We will make it into the promised land. The time of Babylon, the Illuminati as we call them, is up. It's been up ever since the year 2001. It is in my teachings. We are living time out of time. We're living in time out of time. Something as simple as a concert will change the world's sound vibration, but we must not be afraid. I'm and I do not have the money to do it, but if I had the money, I could change the situation overnight. Yes, that's why I don't have it, but I am saying the message is in the music, the African American Kabbalah. If we do this like the Jews that got together and did Woodstock young men. They did it. It was hard, but they did it. They showed us that we can do it now. Check it out. The opening act of Woodstock, a black man, Richie Havens. I know it don't mean anything to you, but to me, I says it is a sign. The closing act of Woodstock, our brother Jimi Hendrix, yes I, the prophet Jimmy, closed the act, yes I. It was a sign, black man opening, black man closing. In the early 80s, I had a dream of Richie Havens, yes I. I told my partner about the dream. So I heard Stevie Wonder was going to be in Landover, Maryland. I got up and went to Landover, Maryland, not knowing that Richie Havens, whom I had the dream about, was there. When I got there and went on stage to talk to Stevie Wonder, Richie Havens looked at me. We eyeballed each other. He ran. It was a sign that most people today run from truth. Yes, It is time that we do what is dictated to us by the Kabbalah, by the Spirit, by inspiration. We breathe in inspiration, the final particles of the air, ether. We breathe in, we are inspired by messages of the past, by souls long gone. So we write it down. Our musicians are our poets, our prophets. Study my work and you will find. This message is written in the Holy Book of Wonder, now available after 32 years at lulu.com. You will understand the plight of the Rastafari, I. Yes, I. Peace and love. It is time, like Bob Marley say, we must fulfill the book. This is the answer to our seemingly problem, Sister Makeda Blake Hannah. Stop begging. Be bold. Let's raise our own monies with brave brothers and sisters, revolutionary brothers and sisters. Don't have to be black. All of us don't have to be black. If there are people of any race that understand what I am saying, it's time for us to unite, come together as one. Children Jah, we have all agreed to join as one. Children in Jah. When we're moving in the positive, the blind seer Stevie Wonder says, our destination is the brightest star. We have laid the foundation. 12/21/2012. Me and my students went to Chaco Canyon, New Mexico. We laid the foundation. So mote it be.
Crying.